A massive, massive social glitch here in the Western world that many people caught on to now is the way that we treat politics almost like a sports team. Because nowadays, people lean left, lean right, lean in the middle. I guess not leaning in the middle, but you know they're a centrist. But each group, they treat like a sports team. They're like, oh no, we as in I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, I'm a centrist. And they viewed as a us versus them. You know, red till I'm dead, blue no matter who. And the problem with this is you get these people who will defend these politicians lying through their teeth, lying right to your face, or doing some objectively wrong or objectively evil shit. And they'll just defend it no matter what. If you bring it up at all, they just refuse, absolutely refuse to admit that the politician that they're choosing could do anything wrong or anything suspect. And then you'll hear them talk about we. Whenever they talk about the Democratic Party, they'll say we. Whenever they talk about Trump's cabinet, they'll say we. Bro, you're not a member of those parties. You're not a member of the government. What the hell are you talking about, we? They don't give a shit about you. They don't know who you are. You may bring up to these people, hey man, have you seen that Epstein list? Have you heard of the dudes all going to Epstein Island? If they're a Republican, they'll be like, oh yeah, did you see Bill Clinton was on the list? If they're a Democrat, they'll be like, hey, you know Donald Trump was on that list, right? Bro, I'm over here thinking, motherfucker, both of them were on the list. What are you talking about? But if you bring it up, if you say Bill Clinton was on the list to a Democrat, they say, oh no, we don't do that. Motherfucker, he does. You talk to a Republican talking about, hey, I think Trump may have been on that list. How do they respond? Bro, I saw a person online with a t-shirt that said, I don't care if Donald Trump is a pedophile. Hey, bro, I'm gonna need you to have a seat. Because they'll be over here talking about, oh, I don't believe it. We're not evil like that. Bro, you may not be. Some of these people in politics are. Because at this point, it seems very clear that all the elites are just evil. Regardless on what side they're on, left or right, blue or red. And yes, I know I'm talking about the Epstein list and the Epstein news is old at this point, but the real reason why I've been thinking about this recently has actually been the Iran war. Because if you go back and look at the Iran war, you'll see on the first day that this thing popped off, the United States blew up a damn school with some little girls in it. Bro, we blew up a school with little girls in it. Now, you would think everybody would just collectively be like, yeah, that's a little evil, bro. Maybe we made a mistake, you know? Because that was objectively bad, to kill children. But nah, instead, you got one side of the political sphere saying it's evil, and the other side acting like a damn circus monkey, clapping their damn cymbals or whatever they have, while they try to compete in mental gymnastics, jumping through all these hoops just to justify the bombing of some little kids, instead of just saying, yeah, bro, my bad, that's a little messed up. And I feel like this all boils down to the fact that people have a hard time admitting little things can be wrong, while ultimately they still hold a belief, right? I believe it's cognitive dissonance, where most people cannot hold two conflicting beliefs in their head. So they have a hard time thinking, I voted for this person, the person did something wrong. I don't agree with what they did. Because I believe what it is that a lot of these people, they attach their sense of identity to their choices and to their morality and belief system. So let's say they voted for candidate number one. They say that they support candidate number one, and then that candidate does something wrong. Well, to them, they can't really separate the two. So they either think everything this candidate does is acceptable, or they believe I made the wrong choice. When in reality, you can just say, hey, I liked this person more, I voted for them, but then they've done some fucked up stuff. Because at the end of the day, if you vote at all, I promise you the candidate you voted for has done some messed up things. Obama was out here bombing weddings. Biden was shaking hands with the heir. This man, Donald Trump, looking like he was on Epstein Island, and then he's out here blowing up schoolgirls. George Bush, we just gonna say 9/11. At the end of the day, I think what's really important is just to understand that no matter whether you're left, right, center, authoritarian, libertarian, at the end of the day, these elites, they don't give a shit about you. They don't care about you whatsoever, bro. That's why they're all on the damn Epstein list. That's why they're all messing with kids, killing kids, doing this and that, trying to cause mass depopulation. Because they don't care about you, they care about their own interests. And that's why they lie straight to your damn face just to get into office, just to get into power. Then the second they get into power, they turn around with that middle finger, slapping you in the forehead like a mushroom stamp. And you take it every single time. But every time you talk about them, just make sure you keep saying we, because boy, that cognitive dissonance hits hard.